Hey, true believers, what's up? Welcome to another episode of the Marvel Zombies Philippines podcast. And Earl, you have
Yes.
something to say.
Yes, we're the longest running Marvel podcast here in the Philippines.
Longest running
Marvel.
being Mr. John Amor in the Tres Comiqueros, so respect you guys.
Hi, guys.
Welcome back
Hey.
to our Brigadier General slash Generalissimo, Mr. Rick Olivares.
All I can say is praise the Vishanti.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about Doctor Strange.
Yeah!
Hope you saw the 5 things we did earlier. So Rick, we'll start with you. We watched together in Promenade on the first day.
We did.
And what did you think? Expectations.
You know, as I told you before, when I would go into a film, I don't want to read anything about it. I just want to enjoy it and see what it is.
Actually, he's quite a quiet guy when you watch him.
You watch. He's really absorbing.
He's just
it.
absorbing
Yeah.
everything.
But I was also sleepy on that first day because I had like 3 hours of sleep. That's why after a couple of days after, I went back for another screening and I enjoyed it even more. That first day, no expectations, but because I was so sleepy, I couldn't really get into it too much. But the second screening, I loved it. I enjoyed it, and it's not a bad debut. I love all these second-tier characters of the MCU, and I thought that Doctor Strange was imperfect, but it was still pretty good.
Mr. Maghirang, expectations met or not?
It was met more than actually. I love the fact that they are now moving into new territory,
Mm-hmm.
something that hasn't been done 13 movies ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the fact that they were just casually dropping a lot of new references, new nuggets of goodness, geekiness in
Things
the
to
movie.
look forward.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So yeah, expectations met.
I have to agree with the two of you guys. Coming into the movie, I was really, really anxious and worried because this is the very first movie without the creative committee.
Yeah.
So you don't have any Joe Quesada, Brian Michael Bendis, Craig Kyle, and Chris Yost working
Yeah.
on the movie. And we all know that the ones that we didn't like, or not that we didn't like, but those movies on the bottom
Just a
four
bit of meh.
had the least amount of creative committee input. But surprisingly, Doctor Strange was a very fun movie.
Yes, it was.
I've seen it thrice already. I think all of you need to see it in IMAX.
Wait, did you count the?
I will not. No, I didn't connect the 15 minute. I will not recommend the 4DX. I tried it in BGC, and every time there's a fight scene, it moves. It just doesn't give the
Yeah.
fun experience. But do see it in IMAX because it was shot for IMAX. Okay, characters. Rick,
Are we talking about the cast
the
itself?
cast, yes,
Cast.
and their
I thought
portrayal.
that Benedict Cumberbatch obviously was a home run. Like Robert Downey, home run. When you get A-list type of
Okay.
actors like that. But I understand the casting of Tilda Swinton. I totally understand because of the China connection. But it still doesn't... She's okay, but I felt that at some point she wasn't that powerful. I felt that her face was too vulnerable.
Mm.
She did not portray that strong-willed character.
Like the
that
ancient one from the
yes.
comics.
Yes.
Hindi siya, although nakuha niya yung sereneness, but when Mordo and Strange were kind of onto her game, you could see her face betray, like, okay, they're on to me, and like, oh no, I did something
busted.
wrong. Yeah. Wala yung strength eh. It was
Okay.
not there. And I felt that was the weak part. But even so, it was still good. It wasn't that bad. If you didn't know the backstory, it's still fine.
Yeah.
However, my one quibble about the film is that I felt that they should have granted more exposition on Strange's apprenticeship in Nepal, with the Ancient One. I wish he stayed there a little longer. I wish we showed more of his learning the mystic arts. That would have been more fun.
In Camartage.
Yeah.
Yes, in Camartage, And Caecilius, I think that a little more backstory rather than just the Ancient One in Mordo talking about him, about what his motivations
Explaining
were.
everything again.
I think showing more to make the cool thing about some of the villains in Marvel is that you sort of identify with what they're trying to do, except guys like Thanos and all that. Yun lang for me. That's what's missing there. But other than that, the cast, Benedict Wong was.
was great.
There was a fun part to him because Wong is kind of serious, but I thought it was pretty good.
When he laughed in the end.
Yeah, that was really hilarious. No, but I love the cast. No, Rachel McAdams, everyone. I thought it was a very good cast. I enjoyed it.
Mhm. Well, for me, I would really rank Benedict Cumberbatch at casting as like number 2 or number 3, in the sense that he was really born to play this arrogant surgeon.
Yeah.
And what else? I'd love to see more of Tilda Swinton.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad.
Too bad.
Spoiler alert.
Too bad for her. But yeah, she was okay for me. I agree with Rick. The acting when that part of the movie came in, like oops, I'm busted. If it were like Ken Watanabe doing that thing,
Mm-hmm.
you would probably see this tough Japanese guy not cracking, even though this whole world is falling down on him.
Mm-hmm.
That's that sort of thing, that situation. But with when you put Tilda Swinton in that situation, it kind of breaks the character.
Yeah.
So just a bit like a half deduction on that. Benedict Wong is born to play Wong. It's in his last name even. Diba? So yeah, and I love the part that he was being the butt of jokes. Sorry, but having Strange making fun of him. Beyonce, and then that part where he's stealing books.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
For me, the characters, I think that it's still Robert Downey Jr. and probably Bradley Cooper who got the roles right.
Perfect.
Like Rocket Raccoon and Iron Man. Those are the guys. But I think that Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch's portrayal was great. I just didn't think that his chemistry with Rachel McAdams was spot on.
That's true.
My brother was saying, I think they just rehearsed the night before and then they filmed the next day. Something like that. But I'll also agree with Rick in terms of the villain with Caecilius. I'm lacking that character development for the villains. Because there was this tweet which said that Doctor Strange was similar to Spider-Man 2 of Tobey Maguire and Alfred Molina.
Yeah.
So, wow. And it's like, whoa, okay.
That makes sense.
I'm not gonna buy that. I have to see it first, the movie first. So it's far.
I think it's more Mordo who's.
Yes, I
this
was gonna get to Mordo, but we really didn't see Caecilius' backstory, why he turned on the Ancient One and all that. But Chiwetel, you gotta love him. I'm happy that he's still alive for the upcoming Doctor Strange movies, and his portrayal of Carl Mordo is excellent.
I want to touch back on Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
I like his casting because he takes the role of Strange to a different level. Because for Robert Downey, Robert Downey in all his films, he's always he looks suave and classy, but he wisecracks.
Yeah.
But Benedict Cumberbatch tries that, but there's a
Yeah.
hinge of arrogance
Yeah.
to it. It's that deadpan humor. Parang he's not trying to be funny. He's actually arrogant and sarcastic, but it comes across as funny. And probably in the real world, you'll dislike him.
Kind of like when the patient he saved, his family wanted to hug him, but he was like, no.
Yeah. So I think there's a right amount of ice cool and cruel to the way he portrays the character, which is really essentially Doctor Strange in his previous life as a top surgeon. So I like that.
And it manifests once in a while when he was already like the sorcerer guy now.
Yeah, it still comes out every now and then. So he's still staying true to character, and I love that. But I agree with you, Chiwetel. Fantastic. Ever since I saw him in Firefly, Serenity, awesome. He's this frightening dude. He doesn't need to raise his voice. He just needs to look at you and just talk in that baritone voice of his, like.
You lack the spine.
Yeah. That's all he needs. Galing. I love him.
Okay. Visuals. Early, did you see it in IMAX?
Yes,
And
we watched it.
Did you like it?
Yes, very much. My wife, who is not a fan of 3D and IMAX 3D, she loved the visuals for this one. It's like drop. It's one of I've read one comment on online that says it's like dropping acid without the actual acid, which is true, which is very true. I love those effects with those hands, with those eyes, with the disassembling of Doctor Strange in the earlier parts of the movie. And without really spoiling anything in the end, that time loop was really whack.
I love how they ended how he defeated the Dread Dormammu.
Yeah.
Rick, what did you think of the visuals?
I think it was pretty good. It's probably the the only film so far that really justifies all the CGI and the effects. It makes sense because that in the other superhero films, you're just really adding to make it more superheroic. But this one, because of the mystical nature, it makes sense to communicate the other worlds, the other realms that we first saw in Steve Ditko's art. All those fantastical places, those weird stuff out there. It came out well. Even they took what Christopher Nolan did with Inception to another level. It's like all these
Inception and drugs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also want to add the effects for the magic, for all the magic stuff, like the chains.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It was cool. I wasn't expecting that I'd actually like magic chains in a movie, but this one really just I got sold on this one.
Mhm.
Maybe they pull up the chains like that, and then even the use of the Eye of Agamotto with the time, it's very nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Since we're already in the Eye of Agamotto, maybe we'll discuss that in the part 2 of our vidcast in a while. But I also wanted to dwell more in the visuals. People say that it's such a trippy movie, but if you've seen the featurettes and the interviews of Kevin Feige and the other producers, it's supposed to be a trippy movie.
Yes.
They admittedly said that Doctor Strange will be a trippy movie, and how they incorporated the Ditko visuals into IMAX form was amazing. I loved it. And Rick, I think you need to see it also in IMAX.
I will. And it cannot be any less. That's
Yeah.
Doctor Strange after all. And it is supposed to be a strange type
Yes.
of story. It's mystical in nature. And, I love it. I enjoyed the film because it's a departure from the other genres that we've seen as superheroic.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We've seen Ant-Man, a heist film. We've
Seen a space opera in Guardians of the Galaxy,
Guardians of the Galaxy, diba? So then we've seen the
political thriller.
political thriller. So this one's another side. This is the Harry Potter-esque side of the MCU. And speaking of the Harry Potter, I wanted to see more of Tamarkaj and with the other guys there who are training. I want to know more who these guys are. And even what kind of training they're getting. And
I wanted to see when he was being removed of his robes and he was given tea, and he goes, "Oh, hello." He was flirting with one of the sorceress. They didn't show the face
Yeah.
of that particular.
You think it's
female.
Clea?
Sorry?
You think it's Clea?
No,
It's not Clea.
it's not Clea. Who will leave? Spoiler alert. Who will leave Doctor Strange? Um, okay, Rick, you brought some merchandise of Doctor Strange.
Well, yep. Funko Pop. I have two of them. One is the
Is there
NY
a-
Comic Con
Is there
version.
a Benedict Cumberbatch version?
Sort of, but it's the film version with all those special effects in his hands
Okay.
and all that. I put it somewhere in my collection at home, but I couldn't find it in time because I was writing this morning. So, sue me for cramming. But yeah, it's my mission to gather as many Doctor Strange toys, and this Lego set of yours is pretty
Sweet.
nifty.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
Get
really
it.
nifty.
Guys,
Get
it might
this
look
one.
like I don't have anything, but I'll do a video because
Ah,
somebody
I'm sure.
actually gave me an Eye of Agamotto. I just lent it to a cosplayer.
I thought you
friend.
were just supporting Wonder Woman with your Diana shirt.
What? Who's the one? Sorry.
It's a good trailer. Don't get us wrong. But Rick also has the Eye of Agamotto shirt.
Shirt.
There you go.
I hope it says by the hoary hosts.
No, it's the strange school of sorcery, and I'm gonna apprentice there one of these days and learn the dark arts. And I'm gonna join the Empire, the First Order. Oops, wrong film. Sorry, Go Empire. I hope you knock out all those Rogue One people.
We'll see you in Rogue One, guys. But for now, that's part one of the vidcast. And if you want to catch more of our discussions about Marvel Studios as Doctor Strange, we're going to upload the full audio podcast. And yeah, so for now, we'll see you again. Bye, guys.
Praise the Vishanti.
Time loop.